So, sometime in the early 1980s, you realize that tap water is not good for you. So you begin to purchase bottled water. And like that, the bottled water industry grew from virtually nothing to a $90 billion industry. So problem solved, right? Not quite. As it turns out, other users like celebrities contracted cancer and claimed to sources from chemicals that lead up into plastic bottles. Truth is, most bottled water is tap water and is not federally tested or regulated for quality. With a little marketing, the bottled water companies figured out they could sell bottled water in cheap plastic toxic bottles and sell it to you for over $1 per liter. With material costs next to nothing today, bottled water costs on average more than gasoline. Going one step further, you decided it's cool to drink unregulated water, soaking in a plastic container that was shipped from some island in the South Pacific, Norway, another faraway location. Besides from the health risk, while bottled water is considered one of the biggest environmental problems we face today, well, it seems you've trapped yourself. That's the bad news. The good news is that you're amazing. Let's face it. If you go to the moon, you can fix it, the first problem, after the second one, right? Right. And you did it, using the shiny, amazing technology and all the other brilliant things that make you human. However, you found a solution. So what is it? Hi. My name is Victoria Davila. I'm the founder and CEO of Tidal Wave, which is headquartered in Orlando, Florida. Bottled water is one of the environmental movement's biggest scapegoats, and for a reason. Only about 10% of plastic bottles are recycled. The rest end up in landfills, or at their most tragic, are the gruesome killers of wildlife. Recycling, of course, is only a marginal solution, as it too requires resources. Reusable bottles are a more sustainable solution, but they greatly reduce the convenience factor, leaving their on-the-go owners scrambling for refill sources. Enter Tidal Wave, an innovative, sustainable water solution. The innovative service aims to provide public access to clean drinking water as an alternative to bottled water, implementing a system of safe, reusable bottles and minimizing plastic bottle waste in the environment. The refill stations will be installed across high-traffic public outdoor areas. These places include things like train stations, local and national parks, city centers, downtown markets, and hiking trails. The design also incorporates an electric sensor that provides a touchless and sanitary operation, which helps guarantee consumers are enjoying clean water. How does it work? Tidal Wave aims at ending America's addiction to bottled water and closing the gap of depleting outdoor public water fountains with a subscription refill service, which also allows consumers to fill up on filtered, clean tap water for a monthly fee of $10. The subscription encourages users to download a free mobile app that is used to activate the spouts on the outdoor bottle filling station. The mobile app is the center of Tidal Wave operations. The app provides beneficial information about water, helps manage a person's daily intake of water, controls consumer billing for the subscriptions, and provides a map of the nearest bottle filling stations. Interestingly, the Tidal Wave business model has to overcome the same hurdle as electric vehicles: network effects. The more people demand it, the more refill stations there will be. It's not inconceivable that Tidal Wave looks to develop its own cool cachet, like Starbucks, where walking up to a Tidal Wave fountain is seen as a sign of environmental hippiness. Tidal Wave's bottle filling service will primarily market outdoor enthusiasts that can be labeled as a dirty hippie. This target market is a prospective segment for Tidal Wave. In fact, in 2014, Americans took advantage of the diversity and accessibility of the nation's outdoor opportunities. Nearly half, 49.4%, of all Americans participated in some form of outdoor recreation last year. And to further help Tidal Wave's case, the number of total outdoor outings increased, reaching an all-time high. In fact, Americans took 12.4 billion outdoor excursions in 2014, up from the 11.5 billion excursions they took the year before in 2013. The second target group Tidal Wave will focus on are users of Go Green products. Consumers over 55 years old are the most prolific users of green products in the United States today, according to a survey by ICOM Information and Communications. Research has also shown that green consumers are sincere in their intentions, with a growing commitment to greener lifestyles. They look for companies that are taking substantive steps and have made a commitment to improve the environment. Filtering water is a big business, and there are various products in the market to help ensure better drinking water for families. While Tidal Wave has a unique business model, there is competition, both direct and indirect. Tidal Wave's largest market competition will be all existing products that filter people's own water rather than providing them with the actual service such as Tidal Wave aims to do. Some of these products include faucet filtering systems, drinking pitchers with carbon filters, or water bottles with filters inside of them. Brita and Bobble are just two examples of companies that produce such products. Brita currently is leading the company in portable household water filtration, owning 56% of the market. Bobble is also aiming to become an alternative to single-serve plastic water bottles and provides water bottles with a pre-installed filter. Although both companies have a strong stake in the market, they lack the convenience factor that Tidal Wave provides to its on-the-go consumers. LK also manufactures bottle filling stations that encourages users to cease the use of plastic bottles. However, LK products are typically installed indoors and they do not interface with their consumers as a company. On the other hand, Tidal Wave plans on developing sincere relationships with its customers to ensure their service is meeting every expectation. On the other spectrum, large companies such as Nestle's Pure Life manufacture plastic water bottles and stands as one of Tidal Wave's biggest competitor. The water bottle has been seen as the easiest and cheapest solution for drinking fresh water. In general, filtered water bottles and bottle filling stations that have a sales contract with targeted consumers are considered direct competitors. Brita has been the leading brand for decades, currently dominating 70% of the filter pitcher market alone and found in 8% of U.S. households. The overall consumption of bottled water has dropped slightly by 4.5%, but the rate of decline is less than the decline of total U.S. refreshment beverage market, which dropped 2.7% in 2014. Fortunately, tap and bottled water accounted for 30% of the typical American's liquid intake last year, according to Beverage Marketing Corp., a consulting firm. One of Tidal Wave's best competitive positions include public outdoor bottle filling stations. These stations can be installed with little effort, have healthier, greater tasting water, have a superior filtration method that consists of a simplified filter maintenance system, which will be performed by Tidal Wave representatives. Our organization offers consumers to effortlessly enjoy all these benefits at a low service price. Moderate barriers to entry will exist for Tidal Wave because although the market is fragmented and no one company leads it today, not-for-profit organizations want to supply public citizens with free local filtered tap water and have already begun to do so in certain major cities. However, the market is growing and for-profit competitors are low. Unfortunately, the additional thing that could add to current barriers to entry for Tidal Wave are current government regulations. Although not strict to comply with, they vary from city to city in regards to using city or public water supply for bottle filling stations. One last barrier that Tidal Wave will find themselves running into will include high startup costs. Such costs could get expensive for a small beginner company. To address this issue, Tidal Wave will have to ensure it has enough funds to cover the purchases and installations of each station. Fortunately, these barriers have been identified early enough that they will not last long. Tidal Wave SWOT analysis places high Tidal Wave SWOT analysis places it high above market competitors. Its strengths include providing a service that helps reduce plastic waste while incorporating a system that entails easy installation of water fountains. Other strengths our firm can leverage from include marketing our service as a hygienic, convenient, and sustainable solution. The most important thing our business model will benefit from is the growing market in the water purifying industry today. However, on the other hand, two weaknesses our company's business model has to face includes limited customization and frequent maintenance requirements. Fortunately, some of these factors can be taken lightly as Tidal Wave's targeted consumer is not interested in customization but greatly desires the convenience factor. Tidal Wave's second weakness deals with maintenance, which we will have to perform on an annual basis, at least once a month at each bottle filling station, and which could lead to higher recurring costs. Luckily, these costs have been addressed and have additionally realized that the company could actually benefit from possible tax credits to help offset such costs. These tax credits are just one of many opportunities Tidal Wave will see as it enters the emerging market. Last but not least, part of a SWOT analysis includes threats the company will have to face as it sets up its new business. Free public water fountains that have been around for decades are still seen being used by the public, who is drawn to using free tap water. These fountains threaten Tidal Wave's current business model. However, we are looking at voiding these threats by reminding consumers that the fountains installed by the city's public service department does not include a filtered system and are fairly outdated. Tidal Wave plans to grow steadily over the next 2 years, becoming a known and respected company that provides a service that aims at increasing ease of water access in order to promote reusable water bottle usage. Within the next 5 years, the company will bring in $0.5 million annually in service sales. Within the water purifying products market share, it will capture at least 50% of the market nationwide. Within 10 years, the company plans to have expanded its physical presence throughout the country with up to 100 site installations, having captured at least 1/3 of the 50 U.S. states, and with revenue of $1.5 million annually. In total, within 10 years, the company hopes to reap $3 million annually in sales. To reach this long-term goal of becoming one of the major players when it comes to water purifying products and services, Tidal Wave will continue to target the right market and identify the most effective city population for installing bottle filling stations in public areas. The income statement for 2016 shows that by September, the firm will already be breaking even in cash flow. This is accomplished even though we projected an average of 2 new consumers who will enroll in the subscription service each month, which proves to be a fairly easy accomplishment through strategic mobile marketing. Additionally, Tidal Wave can expect a slight bump in subscription services every 6 months, according to market research data. As the service proves its value and convenience, current customers will continue to enroll in annual subscription services. Cash flows show we can maintain a positive cash balance even with aggressive app development and high startup costs. Now, let me jump ahead to year 5. By the end of this year, the firm will be at a significant decision point. Sales projected are based on incremental growth as more site installations occur in high traffic areas. With 500 subscribers, total gross profit will be more than $10 million, and the firm will be operating in 100 different cities across the United States. At this point, the firm will be looking to expand nationally, and this provides an outside investment opportunity. Tidal Wave will be looking for a CEO who wants an ownership stake in the firm and who will guide the company's national expansion. The firm is considering asking investors to collectively purchase 33% of the company. Assuming similar growth after year 10, a 33% share in the business will yield an expected 20% of return on their investment. The reason the financials look so good is the company was set up with an eye on minimizing cost. The firm has a small office in Orlando, where their executive leadership manages their responsibilities from home. The company's infrastructure is mobile, allowing effective site installation to pop up almost anywhere. The business plan and marketing strategy together show positive signs as moneymakers. With just 1,000 subscribers, Tidal Wave is a $1 million a year business. National and local market research show exceptional demand for this type of service. The concepts built within the organization lend themselves well to building a new market and remaining the market leader as its pioneer. This is your opportunity to invest with the firm. This is a risk-mitigated and unique approach to providing consumers with the service they have been waiting for. Don't miss your chance to get your share of the water's next big thing in the water purifying industry. Thank you.